Right now it's me and Bobby Joe. Marty is flying home to get on. I'm turning the volume down. Marty's flying home to get on the chat, so he'll join us any minute now. And Scott Hoover is MIA, but he should be jumping on any minute. So I didn't tell him to jump on 5 minutes before where we do our briefing. Wow, we're already up to 10 people in here. So I think when we announced Scott was coming on, they thought there was we'd be talking about something different. So
my camera's really blurry. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I think you're.
Hold on. I'll be back. I'm here. I don't know what's going on. All
right, so we'll have them jump in as we go along. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Always have a lot to talk about. Some local races in Florida, a bunch out in Colorado. We'll wrap up Val State, Cascade Crest, Vermont 100, Cherokee, a whole bunch, and then we're going to preview a bunch of races coming up. We got the big one in Florida. With Trident coming up, we'll got DBR in a week and a half, and then there's some other races we'll talk about. Then we got a bunch of other stuff to talk. So we got a lot going on. But I'm going to try and start a little tradition. We did it last week. Bobby Joe, how is your training going? Because I know your next big race is up in October, and it's is it a loop race? It's a track race, right?
It's track. Yeah.
And of course, you're doing 24 hours.
Yeah, 24-hour track race, Charleston, South Carolina. Actually, it's not so bad. I found this with my Achilles. I found I can run 2 days in a row and then bike and walk the third day and then repeat that. So that's what I'm going to do this week, and then next week bump it up a little bit and lots of strength training.
Good deal. Good deal. And my next race is DBR in a week and a half. And I just realized something today. I do not have a good combination going into next week. Tomorrow morning, I fly out to Cancun for the big Florida Ultra wedding, Luis, Gomez, and Joanne. And we're staying at it. It's at an all-inclusive. So I will not be training very much this weekend. And I will be eating a lot of food because I paid a lot of money to stay at the all-inclusive. So I'm probably going to go into DBR about 10 pounds heavier. You know, I usually gain a little bit of weight on a taper, and it doesn't help go into an all-inclusive. And I usually don't drink, but I got to get my money's back on it. So we'll be heading to that. And then we got DBR. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. So we're excited about that. And I'm going to keep trying to train. So we'll see. I may get kidnapped on my long run in Mexico. Going out with Michael Stork, who always leads our Strava group. We haven't posted the Strava numbers in a while. We got to get that. We got to get that back up. So
I'll pull that. We'll have that before the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll see if we can pull up. So I'll try and slow Michael Stork down this weekend while we're down in Cancun. So we'll be running on the beach. Should be a blast. So, all right. I am not putting in that comment. You can go to the comments and read, but we're not going to put that. I've had that a few times, but we're gonna shy away from that topic.
We see you when we hear you.
Yeah. We invited Scott on because we were out at Green Swamp this weekend for the Skunk Ape 30K night run. Great race, fast times. Weather was actually, we had lightning threatening a few times, but I don't think we got rained on. I don't think lightning wasn't too close, so we kept going. If it was a marathon race, probably would have been canceled. But we had our timer out there, Justin. He did a great job. And I'll be honest, I know the male side of the race. I don't know the female side. I saw some familiar faces out there, but I have the results up for us. So this is a Green Swamp. Actually, we only went through one section of water, and it was within a mile of the end, and it was pretty deep. It's probably up to your waist as you went through, and it's just nasty nasty water. That's a course sweeper right there.
Yeah, Drew posted some good pictures of that water before when he was marking the trails.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that's Andrew Kelly, who was second place. We'll talk about that race in a second. He ran wild. When I summarize the race, I'll tell you a funny part of the race. Here we are. Nick's right in the middle. Nick had a good race. That's first and second place. That's our first place guy, and then Andrew Kelly. And then me and Marty, we didn't plan it, but we had matching shirts out there. We both rode up with our matching shirts. All right, is this let me pull the results. All right, so here's the results for the Skunk Ape. New guy to Ultra. I guess this wasn't an Ultra, but Benin, he was first place in 2:17:12. He actually broke the course record. That was by few. How much did he beat it by? Which beat it by about two and a half minutes, which was set by Kalo. Andrew Kelly was second in 2:30:11. Scott Hoover in third with 2:34:34. I pulled up fourth place. Luckily, Joseph Fuller gives out award for fourth place. And I was at 2:34:55. On the feet, we got to go way down the female side. Emma Moore out of Tampa. She was first in 3:10. Alessandra Pickler was second, and Annie Nanez was third. A few other names in there. Where's Nick? Nick was out there. He had a good day. I rode out there with him. Who are the other? My favorite couple from Beverly Hills, Mark. Where are they at? There's actually a lot of people out there. The list goes down pretty far. It was a great race. 8 stations were great. Mark Gilman and his wife were out there. There's Marty. All right. Marty was out there. All right, we got Marty. All right. So I showed him the picture of us matching. our matching shirts out there. So
yeah, I wore that shirt at Lake Baldwin when I was done, and got us some extra subscribers. So I got a notification today. I ordered new shirts. I ordered Pacer Travel tech shirts from a company called Terra Nova, and they just sent me. It's supposed to be here mid-month. They were running behind. It's actually on its way now. So when I get back from Mexico, I should have it. So, but the race was great. We went out. It was a fast pace going out. There's 2 guys that led off the start. And then we had a chase pack of 6 to 7 people right behind them. And basically we ran together. That chase pack ran together for 9-10 miles. It didn't break up. It was a good chase pack. Andrew Kelly, I called him the conductor at one point. I'm like, hey, you tired of pulling this group? And then about 8 to 9 miles, we dropped a few runners. And then they have the berm section. As we hit the berm, that's basically when we split up. I hit the berm in 4th place. I passed a few people that stopped at the aid station, like Andrew Kelly. Through the berm, I moved up to 3rd, and then the guy that was in 2nd place missed the turnoff for the berm and ran the berm a second time. Oh, no.
So I left the berm in 2nd place, and I was just tired. I knew I needed to eat a gel, but I was just tired. I did not want to eat another gel, and so I just kind of hunkered down. I could see a headlamp behind me because we had headlamps by then. And I thought the guy was going to pass me. He never passed me. And it wasn't until about 2-3 miles from the finish, he went past me. And that was Todd Jacobson out of Orlando. And we hit the high grass section, and we were right before we go through the creek, and all of a sudden I hear this guy right behind me, Andrew Kelly, comes flying up behind me. He's like, "You better run, motherfucker!" he blows by me. He hits the water, doesn't know it's deep, and just goes underwater. I see his headlamp disappear, goes underwater, and it pops up. So he probably caught something going in that water. And then I had moved up. So Andrew moved into second at that point. I had passed Todd Jacobson before the water, so I was in third. And we got around to the last section. I was about a tenth of a mile from the finish, and there was like a long flag line, and it was like 2 to 3 foot grass section. And I thought it was just a barrier. So I got halfway through it, and I'm like, I'm not going the right way. So I just literally stopped, started backtracking, and then I thought I had enough space that I waited for the headlamps behind me to catch me, and then if I saw they hit that flag line, I could go and make it to the finish line. Unfortunately, Scott Hoover was blowing through there, and I could not react in time, and he blew right past me. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, to get beat by all people, I did not want to get beat by, I don't mind getting beat by Scott. So the saving grace was, at that point, I thought I was in fourth place. So I'm like, oh, great, I don't get that fourth place trophy. I'm in fifth place. I'm like, sweet, I didn't want it. And then I finish, and Joseph Fuller gives me the fourth place trophy. I'm like, what the heck? I'm fifth. He's like, no, you're fourth. I'm like, oh, man. So great. It was a great race. A couple top 10 times. I was actually eyeing Chris Stengel. If he's watching, I was eyeing Chris Stengel's 2:32 time, 2:32.54. And I was about a minute and a half off of that. So that's impressive time that Chris Stengel ran a few years ago. So great race. We had a great time out there. Joseph Fuller put on a great race, great potluck afterwards. Marty, you got anything to add to it?
Nope.
So Marty, were you disappointed at the finish line when you saw who finished first between me and Scott?
Well, just because me and you are BFFs, so, I mean, I got no problem with that, at all. And, I already know he's got game.
Scott.
That. And so, I was wanting you to.
Yeah. Scott actually wasn't Scott wasn't running in the chase pack. He was far off from the chase pack. But he ran consistent, and it wasn't until I think at the berm we were 3 minutes apart, and I lost 3 minutes waiting in that grass section, and that was the 3 minutes that cost me a lot. So, oh well, it wasn't an ultra, so it doesn't count. But fun race, Fuller. Thanks for putting on a good race. Yeah. And Joseph Fuller had a little, he looked like he had a little extra smile because he got married a weekend or two before. Congrats. So congrats again to him.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this drama happen. It might have been after the race started, but Joe has a silicone wedding ring, and he lost his wedding ring there by the start line at some point. But what's his name? The timer.
Justin found it.
Justin found it, brought it over there to him, saved his marriage.
Yeah.
It's okay, Joe. Yeah. My husband lost his wedding ring too.
I'm like, come on, Fuller. Yeah, typical. But I got to meet Andrew Kelly, our guy from Liverpool, living in Florida. So I'm excited. He's. I told him, I go, that's 1 out of 3 because we got DBR and PTC coming up. So we're gonna. I'm hoping we'll have fun at those 2 races. So then head out to Ouray out in Colorado. So 2 big Colorado races. You had Ouray 100 and High Lonesome. Ouray, we had. Let me pull up the ultra running. I'm trying to remember what I have all the other information on Ouray. Oh, I didn't recognize the names of the people who ran Ouray, or did I have Ouray up? So We did have two finishers from Florida.
Side.
What's that?
Sarah O won the female side. I know.
Yes, that's what it was. So, she did.
Future Marty guest.
Marty, there's a lot of people we're going to mention tonight that are Miles with Marty guest on here. Every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, that's one. That's one. She was number 100 she was the 100th episode. All right. Here's stats from Ure. We'll pull it up. All right. So you had 10 Bross from Colorado. He ran in 29:19. So this tells the winner won in just under 30 hours. So it shows how tough that race is. Luke Messenger was second, and Tim Shepard was third. On the female side, you got Sarah O was first in 32 hours, and Alexandra Ronca out of Littleton, Colorado was second, and third. Let me find third. And Tisdale out of West Virginia was third. Our Florida runners were for Ure, James Robertson out of Miami. He ran it in 49:50, and then I actually got video of. Hang on, let me pull this out. Joshua Gray out of New Smyrna. He finished in 50 hours and 23 minutes, and I do have his video. This is his video of the finish. A Flatlander.
Really nice guy too.
Yeah. So his son paced him the last 10 miles of the race. Brian Charbonneau also paced him, I think, 40 something miles out there. So that's how I got to know Josh. He was doing pacing duties with me out at Tahoe 200. Nice guy out of New Smyrna. And rumor has it, if he's listening, I heard he's signing up for Black Canyon and going to Black Canyon with us in February. So we're excited about that. Also in Colorado, you had the High and Lonesome.
You're right. You heard Rosie got the finish too, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that is good. That's good information. That Rosie was out at Bootlegger. She's running for her son. That he died a few years ago.
Yeah. PTSD. So he's a veteran. She's running 100 milers to honor him. That was number 95 for her.
Oh, that was only okay. So we got to know Rosie up at Bootlegger. So congrats to her. Over to High Lonesome, we did have one Florida runner, Greg Lawson. He made it to 52 miles. Tough race out there. Jeffrey Cole won the race, course record 18:52. He broke the person whose record he broke with Jimmy Elon, and we'll talk about that later. And then for the women, also course record was Rachel Intricate. So also a Miles and Marty podcaster. I believe it's episode 100 you had her on the show. And she, heck of a year she's having. So I think she could be up there for Ultra Runner of the Year. So she won Cocodona, all kinds of, she's won all kinds of races this year.
She's jumping into Mammoth too, I believe.
Yep. Oh yeah. She's doing Mammoth 200 in September. That's that. Have you seen the entry list for that yet?
It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, that one's going to be another good. You got, I think Jeff Browning's in there. You got Karim Malcolm, all kinds. That's going to be great.
First step into the 200s.
Yep. So, but I mean, she's very familiar with that distance. So, also at High Lonesome, you had one of your guests out there crewing in the middle of your setting up in the middle of your podcast with the Mount to Coast runners.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Was that Meg? Was it Meg?
Meg, yeah.
Yeah.
Threw me for a loop on the. I was planning on having them all four together. I don't know if it just came out last night, but she only had like 15 minutes, so I had to kind of get her talk up front. That kind of threw me off for the first 15 minutes, so we didn't get a whole lot of information from her.
I thought when she popped on, she was making a joke like, "This is only 15 minutes, right, Marty?" Because we know Marty likes them.
There's only one thing that I can do in 15 minutes.
All right, you want to, Bobby Joe, you want to wrap up Vol State?
Yeah, we had our friends all finish up. They just missed the updates from the last show. So if we'll just go down and do all the Florida runners. The first Florida runner to finish was Luke Bar Rupra from Mount Dora, 6 days. Our next Florida runner was Tim Pearl from Clearwater, 6 days, 19 hours. Bernadette and Andy, who ran the entire race together, did awesome 7 days, 12 hours, 58 minutes, and Andy right behind 7 days, 13 hours. So he let her beat him by 2 minutes. And then we go down and we have Brian Schuyler, 8 days, 7 hours. Joel Royston out of Plant City, 8 days, 14 hours. And then JD McGee, 9 days, 2 hours. And JD thought, like leading up to the race, he had injuries for months because his ankle, his foot. So he was sure he was not going to finish this race when he went into it. So congrats for toughing it out. But yeah, so Florida did.
Hey, you missed one.
Yeah.
The winner is from Pensacola, Addison.
Addison is, yeah. Well, we talked a lot about Addison last week. So yeah.
Yeah, he was already done last week. I didn't know Addison was from Pensacola.
Addison from Pensacola.
Yeah, I just interviewed him really Wednesday night, so that interview will be coming out probably Sunday or Monday.
Oh, you
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just talked to him Wednesday night. He's a cocky feller. He's very confident and talk smack. And so it was a fun conversation. Huh? Right.
Give me a 20-year-old that isn't.
Right.
Nice job. Yeah, I haven't. What else has? Let's look at his ultra sign up for Addison.
It's pretty much all those multi-day stuff.
Yeah.
Is that all he's doing?
He's done a few hundreds. He's got a sub 20 100-mile PR, I think, just barely, right at 20 hours. But
2047 at Mamba 100.
He signed just a spoiler alert. He signed up for his first race. He was trying to win the interest of a young lady that was already an ultra runner, had done some 100-milers. So he signed up for HOTS to impress her.
And come to find out,
that was in 22. He did HOTS in Ball State within like 3 weeks of each other to try to impress that young lady.
And that was the first year of HOTS.
He's look at it. He has a lot of races on here, and we're not going back that far. I mean, I'm in 2022. June 16th, July 14th. This is like the Aryan of North Florida.
Right.
I mean, it's still
He's doing a last that won the Lady of the Lake or something like that. He's doing that this weekend. I think Saturday. Last at the lake.
Last at the lake 50K. He has 80 races.
Yeah.
He's done Cowboy 200 a bunch of times.
He ran his first 100-miler as a sophomore in high school. It was a 48-hour track race that was a fundraiser for his cross-country team.
Oh, that's awesome.
He ran 135 miles in 48 hours. never ran a half marathon before that.
Yeah. That should be a good one. That's interesting. The kid has like 80 races at 26 years old. So
so let him have all the cocky attitude he wants.
Good
for him.
All right. I said, do you have any fangirls? And he said, you could not imagine. He's full of it.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Oh, to be 26 again.
A lot of us 40 in the 40s and 50s were like, man, we wish we would have ran at 26 years old.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, all right, then we got Cascade Crest, which is up in the northeast, 100-miler, pretty tough race. I think it's 23,000 feet of climb. It is a hard rock qualifier.
Northwest.
What's that?
Northwest, right?
Yeah. I believe it's up in Washington, eastern Washington State. So I did get a text this week from Brian Charbonneau. He's like, hey, you interested in going to Cascade Crest? And I'm like, it was on my list last year, and I had to choose what lottery to go into, either Cascade Crest or Leadville. I went with Leadville, which was a mistake. So I think we're looking at going up to, we're going to put in for Cascade Crest because I do got to get a hard rock qualifier next year. Mine runs out this year. So Jimmy Elon, which we talked about earlier, that had the course record at High Lonesome. He lost his course record at High Lonesome, but he got the course record at Cascade Crest, and he did it by like 52 minutes. So he kicked butt up there. Adam Fry was second, and Nicodemus De La Rosa was third. On the female side, you had Caitlin Gerben. And she did not break the course record, but she was first. Let me figure out where she is. She was actually fourth overall, and so they actually had those are pretty fast times for a race with that much vert. So I'm trying to compare it to like Run Rabbit Run, which is 23,000 feet. Also, Run Rabbit Run, the times are in the 20s for the winner. So Caitlin Gerben was first. You had Audrey Lawrence was second, and then third was Madeline Woodhart out of Ancaster, Ontario. I don't think we had any Florida runners up there. But Cascade Crest, Vermont 100, next race we're going to move over to on a 100-miler, Justin Schneid won it, and first place Jenny Hoffman. She was and she won by 3 hours at Vermont. Let me see if I can pull up. Where did I have I had the Vermont stats.
Time by women of all time.
Yeah. So she did really well. I don't like that. Here we go. So congrats to them. Great course. I can't find the finisher. Vermont doesn't do ultra sign up. Well, they'll post it up there, but they don't do it too much. So I don't know if we had any Florida runners up there. I know. Actually, I did look at the results. I can't remember where I saw the results because I know Simon Gerard, the YouTuber and our buddy, another Miles with Marty person. He did it in 28 hours and 27 minutes. So I haven't messaged him yet because the last time we ran it together in 2022, and he had diarrhea for the race. So I haven't asked him how his Vermont 100 went this year. But I think
Tracy Johns out of Florida, he finished 91st, 24 hours, 41 minutes.
you are right. And Richard Kavanagh was also there. So yeah, we did have two. You're right. I wrote these names down. I just can't read my handwriting. So actually Simon's time's a little bit slower than what he did in 2022, because I think I was like 25 hours and he beat me on it. On 100K, Joanna Fortier was first, and then Cole Crosby. I'm just mentioning Cole because Cole is on the US 24-hour team, and so we're excited for Cole. Actually, and we became friends on Facebook this week. So it's pretty.
He's a Mountain Coast guy too.
Is he Mountain Coast?
Yeah. So is
Nice.
Jenny, by the way. I don't know if you saw Jenny's post, but before that race, she posted about her Mountain Coast shoes. She said she's got 1,200 miles on her R1s now, her original pair that she got, and they're still in her rotation.
She still has them in the rotation. I think I heard that I think you mentioned it on your podcast, and that's where I heard it. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to move to our upcoming races. We got a bunch coming up. The big one in Florida, really competitive race. I think the reason everyone came here to the show tonight. Trident down south. Marty, do you know, I was hoping to have Scott on. Scott was supposed to talk about how to he was supposed to talk about how this race works.
Oh, yeah. I've been there the last 2 years.
Okay. So you want to explain how this race works?
Yeah. So you're talking about the big one, the longest version?
Well, there's Immolation, the Cauldron, Immolation Infinity, the Nooner. I figure, I guess, what's the big one? Is it Immolation and then Infinity Challenge?
Yeah, so the OG is the Immolation 24-hour 80-miler. So what that is it's basically a 3.3-mile loop in the sand dunes. And it's a series, it's sort of shaped like a trident, like a spear. So there's like one out and back in the middle, and then there's like 3 prongs to it. So they do that 3.3-mile loop every hour, and they restart just like a backyard race every hour. So if you don't finish in time and start in time with the group, then you're out. Then once you make it to 12 hours, then the last person, every odd hour, the last person to finish gets eliminated. But they do have a coin, like a get out of jail free coin, that they can use one time to keep from being eliminated. It's been my experience that very few of those coins ever get used. If they don't make it, then they're done usually. You know what I mean? Because it's only 3.3 miles, even though it don't seem like a lot, but it starts at noon on Saturday. And so it's hot when they start, and there's, quite a few drops before they ever even make it to dark, because it's just so daunting to run through I forgot how much elevation it is per loop, but it's significant. It's some sand dune climbing out there, and it's soft sand. And so it takes some grit, that's for sure. But anyway, so the first year that I was there were 28 starters and 5 people finished. That was the year that Matt Clapper won. And that was where the watermelon slushy came about. Chief Josh Sloan was putting them watermelon slushies out like crazy. And then the next year was the year that I think it was 8 finishers, and Jamie Saunders won last year. And but it was some total beasts in there. And I think because there were so many finishers, 8, that Mikey B had this dream one night to maybe make it a little something with put some gravy on it so they could get it down to a real last man standing. So the infinity challenge part is whoever's left after that 24 hours and 80 miles, then they keep going the 3.3 like a backyard race until there's one person standing.
Okay.
And that will determine the winner of that. Now there's also, just behind that, the 12-hour version is exactly the same, except for the finish is at 12 hours. And so like after 6 hours is when they start with their eliminations. And then on the half marathons and the other distances, they can keep running after each loop. They don't have to stop and restart on the hour. So it's more like, they just do the distance and the first one to finish gets the win on those distances.
All right, we have a lot of people in the chat. So who is going to be at Immolation, or who's going to be at the Trident this weekend? Let us know in the comments.
So we got a heck of a lineup. We can go down. You got Mark Burgett. You got, I don't know if I know who Daniel Hillard is. Mike Musso. Mike was in the chat earlier. Yeah. Shea Frederick. You got Jamie Saunders that won it last year. Cole Batilli. I'm going to say that wrong. Very fast guy. Scott Hoover, Arian Rashawn, John Parker, Justin Boyle, Mike Alberts, Charlie. Charlie's in there out of Jacksonville. Lucas Vidal. Oh, I'm trying to think some of these. I got a guy come down from Brooklyn. Louis Coco, Nick Urena. I didn't know Mark Gilman is going down to that too. He's running a lot of races. Eric D. Simone is on there. So you got a heck of a lineup, and this is for the 24-hour. If you're in this, are you also in the? Is it the same lineup for the?
I noticed that Mark Burgett is not in the Infinity. He's stopping at 24.
Yeah. So, so that's great. And I think that's what Mark had been training for the 24. And I think that's what Scott said. He goes, "Yeah, Mark's going to take the 24."
Well, it's not a given, because if it's a given like the speedsters like Cole Bataille, if from the last 2 years, Cole and Eddie Souza were always the first two to finish every loop. Like they would come in like 28 minutes, and have 30 minutes of rest each time. But Cole, he barely made it, and he's a decorated, strong runner. But he started struggling, I think, with the heat or the diet or whatever. I don't think he made it to 12 hours in the last 2 years. Eddie made it a good ways last year, but he didn't quite finish the 24. I think he might have made it 18 hours, something like that.
Yeah. Eddie's been around the race he's been around the ultra scene for many years. Very fast guy.
I think he won Daytona one year.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I'm trying to remember. He had a good running at PTC one year. I'm trying to remember. He's run well at long haul a few times. He's been around. Katie is in the 18-hour. So it should be interesting. So unfortunately, I've gotten several texts from people that are like, "Are you guys live streaming it?" And we're like, "Oh." Unfortunately, I will be down in Mexico, and we got a lot going on. It was just too tough to do. It would have been a great race to live stream, but I have my people that I'm reaching out to out there that will keep me updated. So it will be great to get the updates. So luckily the wedding's not until Sunday.
Maybe next year. We should put that on our list.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I mean, Nick's excited about it, so it will be great to see what Nick does out there. Nick was pretty close to finishing it last year, so we'll see.
Yeah,
all right.
It was. I think he was in his last loop, and he just got kind of delirious, and he only had like a mile to go to finish, and he just said, "I'm done."
All right. So good luck to everyone that's in the chat. We'll be watching you guys. That's a heck of a lineup coming.
Yeah, just a shout out to Julian. Julian and Eric DeSimone were 2 of the 5 that finished that year with Matt, and it was some tough conditions that year.
Yeah,
there was a Hispanic guy, I can't remember his name. He had and Matt, I can't remember who the 5th person was, but I'm sure Julian would remember.
It sounds like from the chat, Julian's is crewing out there. So I think Julian's out there and probably crewing. So that'd be a great person to have on your crew.
Thank you.
So, all right. So we're looking forward. I'm hoping. Who is it?
Gus, the second place guy.
Okay.
I had him on the podcast. I should remember that.
All right.
RunFluent guy.
Yeah. Oh, Gus from New York.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, well, cool. So that is the Trident. I'm sure we're going to have a lot next week to talk about about Trident. So good luck everybody out there. It'll be cool to see what you guys are. It'll be cool to see how it goes out there. So we got another person in our studio. We're going to bring in, and we got Joe Miller in the studio. So it's not Scott Hoover. It's Joe Miller.
Where have we heard from Scott?
Joe, you're gonna have to talk shit on something.
Oh, yeah.
We're ghosted.
Challenge.
All right, we got a lot on the plate.
Podcaster power lift.
We do have a video, Marty, and we'll go to it. We'll go to it now. So this week, Marty interviewed Joe Miller for the podcast, and it was a great podcast. So we'll listen. We got a short clip here, and we'll talk about, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Running at half of the volunteering. Yeah, I get some people are at the peak of their performance in their career, and they're chasing records, and they may lose that one day, but I think it's really important to give at least some portion of your time to volunteering, and the Big Scrub 150 rewards that. Allows you to be able to compete in this race, and it's not just a race because the way it's designed, it's a virtual thing. You can sign up, and it's also inclusive. It allows people that might not necessarily be able to do 100, 150, 200 miles. Someone that might want to dip their toes into multi-day racing can do this one without fear of cutoff times. So you can sign.
Handsome.
Talking about the Big Scrub 150. That is the replacement. We're going to call it the replacement, but the better edition of the Cross Florida 200. So Joe's doing the Big Scrub. He's got, how many runners you got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you got? Almost about 12 runners on there. So you had a few. So you got Arian on there, Charlie, Lucas, Craig, Shay, John Reed, Judy Reynolds, Arian's wife, Holly Knapp, Kevin Caudell, and Sean Hurd. I haven't signed up yet, but that is on my list. And I'm trying to figure out who's going out. We're all trying to figure out who's going out first.
I got to crew somebody so I can get invited.
Yeah. So I think
Joe, I will not be signing up for this. So
I figured this was right up your alley. So I think I'm shooting for a possible January 2nd start. So I don't want to do January 1st because it's January 1st. And I may be up late. Not that I party or anything. So
we need someone to start January 1st, 12:01 a.m. You want to see the fireworks going off in the background as you start the race.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there'll be any fireworks out there. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Where actually there's a campground, so there might be people out there having a good time at the campground.
Somebody will be lighting fireworks.
Yeah. So we're excited about the big scrub. And Joe has a bunch of other races. He has the the trick or trot.
Yeah. So right now I've got the trick or trot. And with WTF, I've got the Lambridge 5K. The Trick or Trot's a 5K, 10K race. So 5K starts an hour before the sun goes down, and the 10K goes down with the sun. There's enough time for you to get back and do the challenge. You can do the 5 and the 10K, and it's really going to be neat out there. Halloween themed race. And then I'll next month in August, I'm co-RDing the 8 hours of berm with Joe Full over at Skunk Ape races, and then I've got my regular Two Prairies is still on the schedule to happen again in March. So there's some big stuff happening with combat racing. We're putting a lineup out there for sure.
Yeah. So we got one other thing we're going to tease tonight, but I don't want to forget. I forgot to mention when we were recapping races, and if I don't go back to it, I'm going to totally forget. The Cherokee race this weekend, where is it? Up in Tennessee. We had 2 Florida runners up there that actually did really well. So Chris Stengel was up there, and Joey Pattori. We're up there, and Joey was 8th overall. It's what's the distance? The distance was a 130K. Yeah. I think Chris said it was just over 80 miles. So congrats to Joey for getting 8th. And then Chris Stengel, 17th place. So he was, I didn't realize he's DFL, but DFL at 25 hours and 26 minutes. Chris had a heck of a time, a heck of a race up there. So 17th overall. I think Chris just sent me the stats. Let me read them really quick. 17 finishers at Cherokee, 13 from the mountains of Tennessee, 2 from the mountains of North Carolina, and two from Florida. But I think overall they had about 33 starters. Looked like a cool race. I was getting updates from Evie during the day. I think at 26 miles she updated me, and then later on at the 50K mark. So congrats to those guys. I wanted to mention it before I forgot. Cherokee, I think last year was their first year, and this was their second year. So we'll have to get an update from Chris at how cool that race was. All right.
Shout out to Aiden St. Charles, former Miles with Marty guest, second female.
And I wrote that down too. I meant to mention that. So good call, Marty. Yep. Aiden St. Charles. She's a recent guest too. She was on a little while ago. What does Chris say? Brutal one got roughly 85 miles. So congrats to our Florida guys up there. Way to represent. All right, so we are gonna tease an event coming up, and we're just gonna play it. So, all right.
Exciting.
Well, now that doesn't give you goosebumps.
Doesn't it look good? I like that. That's really good.
Who made that video? Woo.
Wow.
I made that video. Well, I mean, Joe made a graphic. I just added the words in it. So this basically came about. when you run a lot, your mind is constantly thinking, and I know everyone comes up with like ideas and stuff like that. And basically, I was thinking months ago, like I wanted to do a community type of event where we kind of take it off of like the Goggins challenge, the 4x48, 4x4x48. And so when I was on Joe's podcast, I just happened to mention it, and Joe's like, I can help you with that. And so we had been chatting for a while, and it's ready to go. It's up and running and went live at 8:00. So our goal is the Florida 48. We're going to start Friday night and Sunday evening. I'm going to have you say where it is, because I always butcher this, how to say it.
Tell us about the camping and the location and everything.
I mean, this is really going to be fun. I mean, so, think, maybe Ragnar style, where we're going to be camping out there for 3 nights. So, starting on Black Friday, we're going to have a 4x4x48 event that's at the Shangri-La Campground. It's on the Florida Greenway. People that have ran, like say the Skunk Ape 100, they haven't seen this section of the Greenway. This is going to be totally new to any of our Florida ultra runners or anyone else that might come in. There's never been an event like this there. So it's a really interesting area. This event's going to allow our runners to come in and socialize and camp. You'll be able to come in and check in Friday afternoon, start your race. There's two signups, one for a 6 p.m. start, and one for an 8 p.m. start. That way we can kind of stagger start the groups of people. You can choose which route you want to start. So if you're working on Friday and you can't get there until 8 p.m., you can start at 8 p.m. And then, so once the race is over on Sunday night at 8 p.m., everyone's welcome to stay and camp out Sunday night and don't have to clear out of the area until Monday. So you can do a little recovery there in the campground. And we're going to be providing dinner Friday night and 3 hots and a cot for Saturday and Sunday. So we'll be having some entertainment and just a good time out there with all of our trail and ultra running friends.
We basically rented the whole campground.
So what's the format? So you run, it's like the Goggins thing, you run 4 miles at a time?
Yep, it's a real simple out and back route. There's a old dirt road that kind of goes out the back of the campground. You go 2 miles out, turn around, come 2 miles back, and you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours to get 48 miles total at the end.
Yeah. So the goal is basically to have, run, and then we hang out and have fun, and we're going to plan a whole bunch of activities. We're going to provide all the meals, so you don't have to worry about that. All kinds
bathrooms?
There's a really nice bathhouse with showers and bathrooms. It's actually
awesome.
That's why I fell in love with this place, was because of the bathrooms. Yeah, so we're kind of excited. We're going to plan a whole bunch of fun activities in between the races, in between each time you go out. So
we should make it like remember the school field days with like 3-legged races in between and potato sack races and.
Well, you guys are forgetting. I spent 10 years as a youth director planning retreats, and so you guys have no clue.
I'm all for the games. Let's play some games. You have essentially about 3 hours in between to kill time. So it's live, Florida 48. You can go to it. So we're pretty excited. If you have any questions, just reach out to us, and we'll give you whatever information you want. So we're hoping this, honestly, comes a couple weeks after Ragnar. And so my big thing is like, fuck Ragnar. I asked you if we could put that on the shirt. We're making friends with everybody.
Oh,
well, there'll be a glamping option.
So I got my issues with Ragnar. I've done it, but I've had my issues with it.
Camping. Who's got some extra camping gear I can borrow?
Yeah. But the bathrooms are very nice. So, all right.
I'm excited to bring my Traeger grill up there and cook some meat for sure.
There you go. Yep, we would love that. So we were talking about. I think we talked 20 minutes today about meals and what we were planning on doing. So we're pretty excited about that. So you always have to have good food. So what else are we wrapping up with?
Everybody's disappointed. We've been ghosted tonight. I think we disappointed all of the viewers.
He said he fell asleep. I finally got a text. So, couple other races we want to highlight. We got we're still doing the 24 hours for the US 24-hour team. I know Nick and not Nick, Luke and Nicole are in it. So you can go. The links are in the show notes. You can go to that 24-day challenge. We've been doing interviews with the 24-hour team, which hasn't been announced yet. We're kind of getting in trouble for that. So we dropped on with Scott Trayer this week. Great interview. We got a few others coming up. So go to the 24 days challenge. You got Andy Matthews wanted us to announce Hot August Night Trail. He said there's about 23 openings for that race. Great race. I was out there. I ran an aid station last year. I know, Joe Miller, you ran the race last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember you came in and we were partying out there.
It's a good time. It's a nice course. And I did the 10-mile distance, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Are you
what's
coming
that?
Back?
So this year, I won't.
No.
Yeah, I gotta look at dates to see if I can be out there. I wouldn't mind. Well, it's a tough date. So, but
I'll be doing the 8 hours of berm in the morning.
Oh yeah, same.
Day.
And then one other race. I'm going to type it in now. I thought I had it up. The RunFluent Christmas race. We're going to highlight that one. Chris is doing something cool this year with the race. I do want to say, like, if you're looking to break a course record, Richard Shin has the 7 hour at 41 and a half miles. So I think that could be, if you're looking for, I think that's a soft record. I think it could be easily broken. But Chris is, this year they're doing a 7 hour 2-person relay. So if you're interested in running a race with a friend, he wants us to highlight this race. Basically, one runner on the course at all times, and see how many miles could go. I think this could be a fun, competitive type of race. See if it pops back up. But he gave us a code, so if you're interested in the race, the relay team code, 25% off. Use Pacer, and that will get you to 25% off. So it's $129 for 2 runners. So start putting those teams together. I think this would be a fun. The course is actually it's a fast course, pretty cool course. I did it. I was out there filming a few years ago. Great thing. So the code is in the show notes. You can go to show notes. It's in there. Great race, the Christmas race. So I'm trying to think what else. Scott has TikTok coming up. That's another classic race. I'll put it in. That's coming up. Let me get the date for TikTok.
September 30th. Something like
that. It is. I can't read that small. It is September 27th in Lakeland, Florida. Runs around Lake Hollingsworth. Great race. So sign up. Registration's up there. They have a 12-hour, which I did a few years ago, a 12-hour 5-person relay, and a 6-hour. So
this will be my first time in 3 years. Well, yeah, I ran it the 12-hour the last 3 years, but I won't be doing it this year. Maybe I'll do a shorter one. Well, what's the shortest?
the relay.
6?
I'm
Is that
planning
the
on
24-hour,
doing,
the weekend
planning on
after?
doing the 12-hour this year.
Yeah.
You are, Marty?
Yeah, I think I'm planning on doing it as my last big long run for Javelina.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the 12-hour
Yeah, I mean,
has
I'll
Jonathan
definitely
Kier in
be there.
it.
I just got to make some money to afford the registration, and then I'll be signed up.
Just tell Scott you'll volunteer somewhere. That's how I've paid for my last 3. Is I volunteer.
Yeah.
Ultras takes care of the people who volunteer at their races. So go ahead and help. You help them, they'll help you.
Yeah. So that's it. So again, if you're a race director, you want us to promote your races, let us know. We'd love to. That's what we're here for. We'd love to help you guys out. So we're pretty excited about what Florida has to offer. Ultra Running Magazine and I Run Far, wrapping up, all have great articles about Bob Becker. And so both of them did talk about his finish at Badwater. So if you can go to I Run Far or Ultra Running Magazine, you can check out the record, the thing with Bob Becker. I was around some people that aren't runners, and they had heard about Bob Becker finishing. And I'm like, yeah, I know who that guy is. So, what's Justin talking about?
By the way,
What's that?
I said he's a former guest on the podcast.
Is he? I told you we're talking about all former guests on here. So, Marty also dropped last night the Mount the Coast group. You had who did you have? Three or four runners on there that had run Badwaters.
Yeah.
How old was that youngest girl? It was
She's 20, Kaylee Frederick.
Kaylee Frederick. That's why I said I missed what her last name is, but I'm like, I think that's Kaylee Frederick. So yeah. So she's dropped 5 hours off her time.
Yeah.
So all right. So,
she improved
Too,
by
that's,
5 hours each time.
yep.
Next time she does it, she'll have the course record, I think.
That's what you guys are talking about. Yeah. And then Joe had a good one with Brian Charbonneau. I told Joe, like, I'm worried about the last 2 episodes that came out because both of them talked about me pacing them, and people are going to think that's what I do. I'm a professional pacer, and I really don't pace people very often. It just happened the last 2 people you interviewed were I had just paced them in a race.
Young Joe Miller. That was a really good. Those both were really good episodes.
What did Joe Miller's father do?
He's an evangelist.
Was he evangelist?
Yeah, he still is. Yeah, he travels.
Okay.
Yeah, he travels around the country preaching. So they never stayed put in one place for very long.
Well, that's what he said. I'm like, that's what I thought it was, but I don't know if I just missed it when you guys had talked about it. So, all great.
We got a shout out in the comments too. The the SOS race, September 6th. So we'll shout that one out. That's a sombrero race. So they've been putting on some really good races up there. It's 12 hours, 9 hours, 6 hours, and 3 hours, regular or ruck options. So
I'm pulling it up right now.
Sponsored by LMNT. So if anyone can give me that lemonade LMNT, I really don't want to pay $42 for a box of it.
All right, September 6th. Yeah, that's coming up in a couple weeks. So
yeah, so sign up there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure what Cherokee he does now, Mike, but September is recovery. September is recovery month, and I know the proceeds from his race in that month usually go to recovery. Yeah, it's in the notes and the registration. You just passed it, but yeah, so the proceeds go to a recovery-based organization for that race, I'm sure.
No one is signed up for the 6 hour yet, so. Or no, 6 hour ruck. My bad, I hit the wrong button.
I'm going to do their 100 miler in December, but I need to get up there. I might go up there and do that as my next to the last long run.
So Mike will be running that race also. So I'm going to be stepping up and crewing him on that race.
Nice.
Which one is that?
Yeah, Mike Martinez is going to be returning back to the $100 distance. We'll prove him in December.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All
right, anything else?
In Middleburg, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about next week. We'll talk about Dirty Bear because we'll be a couple of days out from that. I know we're on the wait list for it. Should be a great race. We always talk about PTC. We'll take a week off from PTC. And then
apologize for Scott's sleeping.
Yeah. So, and then we're excited. We're heading down to. A lot of us are heading down to Mexico this weekend for a big ultra marathon wedding. So we're pretty excited. So, I'll have pictures from that next week. A couple people asked me if we were live streaming the wedding. Even Luis jokingly said, are you want to live stream the wedding? And I'm like, do you want me to? He's like, no, I'm kidding. So
he did set the computer up from home and have a base.
I'll have the computer down there, unfortunately, with work. So pretty excited. I got to pack. We fly out first thing in the morning, so it should be good. So, all right. So we'll. I know Joe's going to be at DBR. Marty, you coming over to DBR?
When is that?
A week from Saturday.
I'll do my best. I'm not able to. I don't know my work schedule to the night.
Oh,
But I'm sure I'll be able to get there before it's over. But I don't know if I'll be able to get there when it starts.
I was hoping I'd get a watermelon slushie.
I'll do my best, man.
And then Bobby Joe, you think you may be out there?
Take a day off.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I might not have to work, but I might not have a car. So.
No. All right.
Also drive to Champions Gate, pick me up, drive an hour and 40 minutes.
We'll find out who's coming. I'm sure Katie Jenkins is coming to DBR, and she's coming through there.
Orlando, I'm off exit 56 off I-4.
Yeah.
Just grab me.
Yeah. Justin Yonkers, I know he comes through there. All right. So hey, you guys were great in the chat today. A lot of chatter in there, so it was all good stuff. So
sorry, no
all right,
drama.
Good luck this weekend down at Trident. So we'll be keeping tabs on you guys. So send us pictures. We'd love to get pictures of next week, and we'll see how it goes. We'll talk to you all in a week. We'll see you.
Bye.
Adios.